Hi guys, this video now demonstrates you how to create a Pareto chart using Mac version of Excel. Now this is data that we used in the class exercises, class activities, undergrad survey data. I think I'll pick one variable, let's say a major. This is the basically data from undergraduate survey, student survey, and in major column we have this student the, the the subject areas the students are majoring in at the time of the survey here. So we have 62 students, assuming that we have the first row as a title or label. So let's create for the Pareto chart. By the way, you need to have uh, a frequency table and then cumulative frequency and then percentage frequency. So you need these three items first. So let's use a pivot table facility here, and that will help us to create all these uh, items. So click on pivot table. So it's through the data ribbon you come to pivot table. Do manual pivot table now, and into the location. Feed the data in, the data that you are interested in. So I'm interested in the major column, so I'll highlight it. You can highlight everything and you and then pick the major variable from the list of pivot table builder field list. So however, we'll just pick major for now. So this is the data range we're interested in, and would like to have it in a new worksheet for now. You can have it in the existing worksheet if you want to go back to data later, but we'll have it in a new worksheet. So okay. Now this is our pivot table builder. So major, we'll drag it to row labels and we'll drag it to value labels. Now this value label will now have the count of the uh, students that are majored in different categories of these subject areas. Now sometimes you have the sum of the major, but then you have to go here and change the count later, and then change from sum to count. So this is now default. Apparently it will show me the count. Now for the Pareto chart we need to order this frequency column in order of in an descending order. So we'll have to have the highest values at the top and descending across the uh, over the categories here. So we should in principle have 14 at the top, then comes the 11 here in the second row, then comes the 10 in the third row, and so on and so forth. So we need to order it in a descending order. For that you just highlight, for Mac version it works apparently without highlighting all your rows, but let's see how it works now. So highlight the data in the total column. This is the frequency column here, and you go to data and click on A to Z. Now this will be ordering it or sorting it in an ascending order. We want it to be descending order, so you click it again, this will be Z to A. Right, so we have now retail and marketing first because it has the highest number of students enrolled in or majored in, and 11 students here, and management sciences, and 10 students, and the remaining minor few others. Now next thing we need for Pareto chart is running total in. So we need cumulative counts, and for that we need another column of this frequencies. So we'll create another one by dragging major in back into values one more time and shifting your cursor in the last column and going into I here, and going to options. From normal we choose running total in and click OK now. Done. So this will be your running totals here. So to look at it this way, let's more into two ways. This it tells me that 35 students are enrolled in first three majors, or are majoring in the first three subject areas, I should say, not enrolling. yeah, 35 students. So these are majority of they constitute majority of students. These subjects basically are most popular, I would say, among the students. So the most part of students enroll in the or major in the subject areas. Right. So basically, the way this is calculated, you could also do this manually. Let's say here. So usually the first row will have the same value as the usual frequency. The second row, for the cumulative value to appear here, in the second row, we add uh, the second row value to the last row's value. So it gives me a cumulative figure now. And to go further, I will just now drag it down. So we'll have the same values here that Excel calculated using pivot table, and we could actually have done it manually as well. Now, okay, we'll delete this. We don't need that. Next one, I need now for Pareto chart a percentage cumulative frequency. So we have to convert this into percentages. These values, these cumulative frequencies, have to be percentage cumulative values now. So for that, Excel doesn't offer us a function or an option here in options button here or options menu here that what we need. We need a percentage cumulative frequency. That doesn't it doesn't have it for some reason. Let me double check just in case if I miss it in the first attempt. No, I didn't. So it looks like we don't have it. So we'll have to do a manual work here a little bit. So for that, we have to now start from a new column. And for the first category, retailing and marketing, the cumulative percentage frequency would be dividing the value of that row by the total number of students. So the total number of students is here, 62, or this one here. So we'll use the first column for consistency. Hit enter. This gives me a relative cumulative frequency here. Now I want to drag it further down so that we don't have to do manually for each row. For that, I need to have an absolute reference. In other words, I want to fix this cell as an absolute reference point. So every time I draw down, this one drag down, I would like to have this selection uh, or selection cell or selection symbol here to just stay on 62 without moving down. Every time I move the uh, move the or drag the cell down, copying the formula. So for that, I need to put, if you remember, dollar signs in front of a letter name of the cell and then number name of cell. In other words, row number and column numbers or column letters have to be fixed using dollar signs. So if I hit enter, and now if I drag down, well, it did it. Basically, now as you can see, I'm dividing C12 by C12 here, which I'll get 1 naturally. Now if I divide this, so as you can see, a C12 is fixed and it doesn't move if I move down across over these cells. So in this case, I'm dividing C10 at 55 by 62. That gives me 0.88. Now I need percentage frequency, not the relative one. So for this, I will go and highlight the data that I have calculated, and I should now find formatting option here. In the home ribbon, I have the percentage sign here. So click that. Now I have the cumulative percentage frequency now. Now I need all three or all two uh, columns that I need to create my Pareto chart, including the category chart as well, category column as well. Now I can go and start charting it. So we go to chart. So first of all, put your cursor outside. So you need a one space, empty space here, and then space here between the chart and then the table, because otherwise if you put your cursor here and go to chart, I think it feeds all the data into your chart and you have to clean up your chart. It will be a lot of work to do. So go to chart and let's start with column, first column. Now here oops should be moving it. expanding I mean. So right click here and you go to select data. Now we'll add the first series, add, and the y values of the first series we will highlight frequency, and in the x values we would like to have the categories, right? And now here you can type frequency, the name for this series, and let's add another one, and the next one, and the next one let's add cumulative frequency, or it's actually cumulative percentage frequency, isn't it? So oops, for some reason I moved it. So cumulative percentage frequency. So let's make it shorter. And in the y values now, I'd like to have these, and in the x values, the categories. Click OK now. Now I have the chart, and as usual I'll delete the grid line. I don't need it. And as you can see, we have a problem here. One problem is that these are in percentages and these are in units, some sort of unitless basically. It's a number of people, isn't it? So okay, there's no unit measurement of units, so we need to now have a second axis here, or sorry, here, so that I can scale my percentage frequency, which is this bars here. These bars require additional axis because I cannot have a number of people here at the same time, the percentages in the same axis. To create or to have a y-axis, secondary y-axis here, we'll go to, first of all, highlight the variable of interest or bars of interest that we at the moment we're dealing with, and you go to chart layout and you go to format selection. So highlighting the percentage frequencies, you go to format selection and you go to here axis. Now here you will have an option to assign the primary axis for these bars or a secondary. So now we want the secondary because the primary axis are being used by the blue bars here. So click OK now. Next, well, bars overlap the other bars basically here, so we don't see what is behind the blue bars and what is well behind the red ones actually. So, and we also don't want this to run up to 120%. It has to be 100% usually. Percentages run up to 100%. So let's remove this. And this is maximum value has to be 1, and that will give us 100%, as you can see. Click OK here. Now next thing is, now let's have this one as a line, these blue bars as lines, while red ones as lines, and then blue ones as the bars. Leave them as bars. These are frequency bars. These are cumulative frequency bars, so the lines would fit very well here in that case. So click on it, and we have to now go to charts, and so I highlight first of all charts and go to line and take this one. Done. Now we have the Pareto chart here that combines a Pareto line and the bars. Now when you submit this for your homework or assignment, and when you create these sort of graphs, don't forget to put the axis titles here, axis titles on the side, and and then chart title here on the top of this. And I think we've done some practice on this, so we'll not spend time on that in this video again. This will be some work for you to do individually on your own. And these things can be moved around. If you would like to put this somewhere, let's say if you want more space, you can actually move it somewhere here, and by clicking inside this chart area you can then expand it, and you will have more sort of a better view of Pareto. Okay, my mouse is not working well, so let's put it here somewhere here. But for now, yeah. So yeah, this is a good Pareto chart here, the nice looking Pareto chart. Now here in the Pareto chart you will see bars showing you frequency for each category, while the line here shows you cumulative frequency. What is interesting is that it turns out 56%, if you come up to this bar here, sorry, line point here, says that 56% of the students are enrolled on the on three majors, or they majoring in three different subject areas, I should say, not enrolled in three majors, or enrolled in three courses, I should mention otherwise, but these are majors. So 56% of students are majoring in retailing, economics, and management. So this looks like a majority of students are enrolling in this, and this highlights the fact that these must be most popular major areas or subject areas of interest that uh, most likely offer more higher employment opportunities, more employment opportunities. So this is the major areas or subject areas to study. Now, at the same time, 79% of the students enroll on the first, major in one, two, three, four, five different subject areas, apparently 80%. So these are the points that help you to identify. I mean, Pareto just help you to identify, basically, or to identify the vital few and not non-vital many others. Like these are basically combined actually make only 44%, while three only make 56%. So these are major areas of interest apparently among the students to major in. Right. So please read the chapter 2. The book chapter is available online, made available for you to read. So then, and before you write up a report, although the homework doesn't require writing a lot of report, I mean a lot of analytical stuff there. So and next I should be able to create another, show you how to create another graph in the next video. See you in the class then.